right, this is interesting to say the least.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
All right, guys, so we've been talking about NBA draft prospects for some time, and we got quite a few more to get to, but I did find this article interesting to say the least. So this is 5 intriguing NBA draft prospects with Spurs ties. Now, I did read through this already, and I'm going to try my best to add on to it to the best of my ability, because there's a few things that they left out, but not really. But I did find this pretty interesting to say the least. So let's go ahead and scroll down, and obviously we got to start with Ben Carroll. So he has somewhat ties to the San Antonio Spurs, loosely. If you guys remember, he did tweet out that he would play for DeJounte Murray or Kevin Porter if given the choice out of college. And a lot of people ran with this and said, oh my God, he wants to play for the Spurs. And kind of, but not really. DeJounte Murray and Kevin Porter are kind of considered Seattle legends, so that's just really where that came from. It had nothing to do with him specifically wanting to play for Pop, specifically wanting to play for the San Antonio Spurs organization. But there is one prospect that they did mention in this article that I know for a fact that he wants to play for the San Antonio Spurs. So let's go ahead and move on to the next slide. And yeah, so Marvin Beauchamp. I hope I say it right. Dude, I always say these names so screwed up. But let's go ahead and read through this, and I'm going to add on to it. So he says, Seattle native, Marvin Beauchamp, played high school basketball at Rainier Beach, the same school DeJounte Murray attended. Marvin credits Murray and fellow Rainier Beach alum Jamal Crawford for helping him get where he is. They give me advice on how to lead my team and support me. And they just, post a few of his stats. Now, this is what they didn't mention. He actually said blatantly that he would play for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, guys, I'm not being conceited, okay? I literally just couldn't find this again, and I didn't want to really look through it. So I just went to my actual video where I covered this, that he wanted to play for the Spurs. So let's go ahead and play this. And this is what he had to say about playing for the San Antonio Spurs.
I feel like I like the San Antonio's, like how their system is, and I just want to learn from some vets, and I don't care if I don't play, like come in, try to play, and I just want to learn, and I'm trying to be in the league for a long time, so.
That editing. Did you hear that? He said he doesn't care if he plays or not. Pop will have a field day. This is right up Pop's out. Okay, guys, I'm just kidding. All right, so. Clan is so funny, isn't he? He's hilarious. Kind of cute, too. Anyways, I don't know, guys. All right, so, yeah, so he does want to play for the San Antonio Spurs. He's actually blatantly said that. So I don't know why they left that out. Maybe they just didn't really see it. But, yeah, he blatantly wants to play for the San Antonio Spurs. If he had a choice, he loves the San Antonio Spurs franchise. Now, I did find it funny, even at the time, that he mentioned, playing for vets, because I'm like, what vets? Are we talking about DeJounte? What vets are we talking about? Because there's no real San Antonio Spurs vets left. So I don't know. I don't know what he meant by that. I mean, we have just the same amount as any team when it comes to vets. So I don't know, but he does want to play for the Spurs. All right, so moving on. And this is one that's super loose. Okay. We've already did a video on Jake LaRavia. But yes, so Jake LaRavia, obviously they're going to allude to the fact that he plays for Wake Forest, and Tim Duncan played for Wake Forest as well. This is a very loose one. I tried to find anything on him as far as how he feels about the San Antonio Spurs. I couldn't find anything, and if I do, I'm going to bring it up. Obviously, I'm going to talk about it. But Jake LaRavia, I just feel like that's kind of that's a stretch. That's a stretch to say the least. All right, so let's move on. Keon Ellis. Now, this is actually a very interesting one. So, as we can see here, a senior from Alabama, Keon Ellis played alongside Josh Primo during the freshman year in Tuscaloosa in 2020-21. There's no doubt Primo would be happy to see his old college teammate in the locker room once again. Now, I found this super interesting. I didn't know a lot about Keon Ellis. I looked into him a little bit, but I'm not going to do a full-on video on him until I get more information. I have a better idea of what he is as a player. But as it stands right now, he's listed at 50 on Tankathon, which Tankathon's pretty accurate most of the time. So he's 50. At the very least, he'll probably be a second-round draft pick, but we'll get into him when we get to him. But one thing that they did leave out was this. Actually, the San Antonio Spurs have already worked him out. So he is a pre-draft workout. And as we can see here, if we scroll down, you see he's more of a 3-and-D. And they have his stats here. Here we go. Average 12.1 points, 6.1 rebounds, 1.8 assists, and 1.9 steals while shooting an impressive 88.1% from the foul line on 101 attempts. That's really good. So as we can see here, and I'm not going to go too into it because I don't know too much about him yet, but it does seem like he's a shooter. That's his primary thing. So I don't have an opinion on him yet, but it's here. All right, it's there. All right, so let's move on. All right, and here's the last one. Now I found this when I saw Easton, I got so excited. I was like, oh my God, Easton has ties. It's another one of those that's kind of loose. So as we can read here, a second-year player out of LSU, Terry Easton, was more of a just for fun pick for me when I stumbled upon this tweet from last April. So we can read here. My mom said Kevin Garnett was better than Tim Duncan. I've been arguing about it for 30 minutes. Thoughts? Your mom is just wrong. That would be my thoughts. But I did find this interesting to say the least, and that's a take. Anybody that says Kevin Garnett is better than Tim Duncan, I just don't really feel like you're gonna be able to back that up. Like in any statistical category, any impact on the league, you're just not gonna be able to back it up. I'm sorry, you just can't. Kevin Garnett has even said himself that Tim Duncan was one of the hardest matchups he's ever had to go against. So I don't know what to tell you. But anyways, those are 5 prospects apparently that have somewhat ties to the Spurs. Now some are stronger than others, but some of the ones that really does stand out is Keon Ellis out of Alabama. That's definitely one. Like you can't deny that. And Marvin Beaulieu. I think that this is kind of a direct tie to the San Antonio Spurs when not only is he from where DeJounte Murray is in high school, but at the same time, he said himself that he wants to play for the San Antonio Spurs. So it's no subliminals there, okay? It's just there. All right, but anyways, look guys, if you want to support the channel, as you know, you can just go to YouTube, my little channel, hit the little join button and become a YouTube member, or you can go to Patreon, become a member there. I'll give it to you guys later. Till next time, deuces.